A while back, I noticed a wave of videos about boredom in Minecraft, specifically in survival mode. It seems like many players revisiting this kind of adventure follow the same pattern. First, there's the excitement of returning to the roots. Then comes a routine that doesn't quite feel like it used to. It's like playing a game you've already solved. And finally, they give up. Sometimes after the first session, maybe after a week, but rarely longer. These videos bring up several reasons for this phenomenon. Some say it's a lack of goals, time, or energy. Others suggest it's because the game no longer feels new, even though it keeps adding content. It's like we've seen it all before, even though the game itself is infinite. But here's the thing. Minecraft has always been more than what it seems on the surface. Defeating the Ender Dragon? That's no different than defeating Alduin in Skyrim. Nobody ever cared about that. From the very beginning, Minecraft has been about setting your own goals, ones you pursue just because you want to. Building Minas Tirith, automating oak farming, creating a tiny detailed village, exploring mine shafts, you name it. Whether you're discovering the game for the first time or starting yet another adventure, setting personal goals beyond just surviving has always been the essence of Minecraft survival. But here's where those videos miss something. It's not just about the goals themselves feeling less exciting, it's also that, as we get older, we seem to abandon the drive to achieve them much faster. Are we less patient? Not really. Even when we find goals and dive into them with enthusiasm, sometimes even flair, they quickly start to feel pointless. Like, why? Just, why? Building a village with friends doesn't feel as satisfying anymore. Creating huge 12x12 auto doors isn't exciting. Even using new update blocks to craft fresh designs doesn't hold our attention the way it used to. Either it feels like too little to be worth the effort, or it's too much effort for too little payoff. So what's going on? Has Minecraft changed, or have we? Is it really about age, time, or lack of interest? Are we just jaded? Have we lost the love for survival? Or is it something deeper within us that's shifted? Let's try to unravel this mystery of disenchantment. What was a Minecraft survival game before? You'd launch your world, maybe hop on Hamachi with friends, and after about 12 seconds of small talk, you'd start building, adventuring, or mining. It didn't really matter what you did. You were off, ready to laugh and play until the wee hours. There were no other responsibilities, no pressing thoughts. The only consequence? Maybe being a bit tired in class the next day. The only priority? The next block. We had this incredible ability to live in the moment simply because there was less pulling us out of it. We could focus on goals that today might seem trivial. We'd get obsessed with projects that might now feel silly. We'd mine for hours, literally hours, without it ever feeling tedious because optimized mining was like an early form of free loot boxes. We'd mess with redstone, divvy up tasks, explore the nether, build farms, or just do everything manually for the love of it. And we never questioned the point of it all. The thought just never crossed our minds. And now? Okay, I know I'm talking to a nostalgic crowd here, people who probably discovered Minecraft years ago and hold on to fond memories. If you're discovering it for the first time, this might not apply to you. Or maybe it will. So what's survival mode like today? Maybe it starts with a few sessions or attempts where for a moment it feels like you've rediscovered that lost enthusiasm, the carefree joy of a bygone time. You quickly fall back into old habits, ones you never really forgot. Then comes the rush. Because you know the game, you want to quickly craft your gear, gather materials, and start on projects that feel more ambitious than beginner huts. I mean seriously, how many stone and wood houses have you built? Where's the fun in that? So you either progress fast, feeling like you're optimizing your experience, but it ends up sucking the joy out of it. Or you mess up. You die in some stupid way because you took unnecessary risks and you lose all your stuff. Either way, it's game over. That session becomes the last one, at least until your next attempt, maybe a year later. And whether you rush or not, the goals you set don't feel exciting anymore. They were barely engaging beyond the moment you decided on them. It's like you already know them too well. As if imagining the goal was the same as achieving it. The thing is, Minecraft itself hasn't really changed, or at least not in a way that would ruin it. If you haven't played in years, there's so much to discover. New possibilities, new content, and that same ambience. It's still the game you can play however you like. What's changed is us, and more importantly, our context. Back then, it took so little to captivate us for an entire session. We didn't have responsibilities pulling us back to reality. We could dive into Minecraft body and soul without much to pull us out. In fact, the game called to us in real life. We'd think about our evening session long before it started, on the way home from school, during the last hour of class. Now reality interrupts our gaming, but back then, it was the game that pulled us into its world. We'd plan our sessions before they even began. We'd imagine placing blocks, digging tunnels. We'd feel that flutter of excitement because we allowed ourselves to think about it. We gave ourselves permission. Because even now, when we might have the time, energy, creativity, and enthusiasm to play, there's something we no longer do. We no longer allow ourselves to fully indulge in building our little virtual worlds. In a way, we've lost that carefree mindset. Our goals weren't the point. They were just the excuse. And imagining them didn't take away from the joy of achieving them. What truly mattered, what always mattered, was the process, not the goal. Not whether it was meaningful. It was about creating, mining, building, exploring, and sharing moments, living adventures that felt meaningful because they were ours. That's the essence of Minecraft and games like it. They all share that same magic, letting us pursue goals that we decide are worth it, even if no one else does. But wait, if it's about setting goals, does it really matter if the game gives them to us or if we create them ourselves? Isn't it all about the process? As one of my favorite French creators once said, there are two ways to play video games. You can be entertained by a game, or you can entertain yourself with a game. Some games let you do both, like Skyrim or most RPGs, but Minecraft? It's almost entirely about the second one, entertaining yourself. It's active. And to truly enjoy games like this, where you create your own stories and take your time, you need to have a clear mind. You can't let it be clouded by guilt, doubt, or hesitation. When a game gives you goals, it's simple. You just follow them. A predefined quest is easy to desire. It's straightforward, reliable. You know there's something waiting for you at the end, and you don't have to make sense of it yourself. Even when games give you optional quests or side objectives, it's still manageable. You're just choosing from a set of predefined options, all with certain outcomes. And if all else fails, you can always return to the main quest, confident there's a resolution waiting. But in games like Minecraft, where the only limit is your creativity, where the outcome depends entirely on your ability to create it, you're faced with an infinite number of possibilities. And that can bring doubt. You have to decide among countless options, and even when you do, there's always room for second guessing. In a world where everything around us constantly tries to spark desires, we've forgotten that desiring is an active choice, something we can control. Desire takes effort. It's like a muscle you have to exercise. It's about knowing when to embrace or reject what's offered to you, because otherwise you're not really choosing. You're just reacting. Back when we played Minecraft in our youth, we knew, consciously or unconsciously, how to desire our goals. And that alone gave them meaning. That's one of the biggest shifts. When we played survival Minecraft years ago, we never doubted the purpose of our session. Being in control of desires that made sense allowed us to focus on the process, on what mattered most. Playing for the sake of playing. Living, really. We didn't question the direction we were heading, and when we did change course mid-session, it was seamless. Because of that mindset, we could plan our sessions long before they began. We played Minecraft even when we weren't in Minecraft. Now, without that ability to desire our goals, or even allow ourselves to desire them, we've shifted the responsibility. We expect something to grab our attention because we can't seem to offer it willingly anymore. And because our mindset has changed, it's harder to appreciate games like Minecraft, games built to let you entertain yourself. The more a game relies on your ability to take your time and enjoy it for what it allows you to do, not what it forces you to do, the harder it is to enjoy. That's why it's so tough to start Skyrim again the way you used to. It's why some people spend more time modding it than playing it. It's why relaunching a game you once got lost in feels impossible now. Because back then, you allowed yourself to immerse in it, maybe even needed it. And it's why we're so captivated by others' adventures. Whether it's a movie, a series, or a streamer, even when the story isn't groundbreaking, we're drawn to people achieving goals that feel meaningful. It's simple. We love watching others take purposeful actions. So what's changed the most? It's not just that we're a little jaded. It's not just life pulling us in other directions. What's changed is that it's harder to give meaning to a Minecraft survival game. Now the real question is, can you rediscover the joy of survival? The answer? Probably yes. But you'll need to bring meaning back to it, and there are ways to do that. You could create a themed survival experience with constraints and a time limit. Or set a goal for what happens after survival, like collecting stories, screenshots, or videos to create something memorable. You could introduce new players to the game, maybe your kids or younger family members. Watching them explore Minecraft for the first time can let you relive that magic through their eyes, this time as their guide. So yeah, you can probably get that feeling back. But the real question is, do you actually want to? Is revisiting a Minecraft survival game really what you're after? Or is it a stand-in for something deeper? What are you looking for really? Look, I'm not here to give you advice. I don't know you. But if it helps, here's my question to you. Why do you think, or why did you think, you wanted to play Minecraft like you used to? And if that's the case, what's stopping you? Maybe it's time to accept that era is over, not to mourn its end, but to celebrate it for what it was. And then ask yourself what you were hoping to find through this experience. Because, and forgive me if I'm overstepping, but maybe, just maybe, that urge to relive a Minecraft adventure isn't really about the game. Maybe it's your soul crying out to live life how you truly want to live it, to find peace, or adventure, or connection. Or maybe you're being called to build that sense of purpose. Not in the game this time, but in the real world.